July 2nd, National Anisette Day. Anisette, a nice licorice flavored liqueur. What do you do with it? You make a cookie. That's right. We have a cookie tomorrow. We had a cookie yesterday. Let's just do a cookie trifecta. What do you say? Okay, so today we're going to do a different kind of cookie though. We're going to do a biscotti today. Okay, the very classic anise flavored biscotti. We're going to add a little fun twist to it since it's our halfway point. It's 183 days in. We got 183 more to go. We're gonna make this one. I'm telling you, it's doable. It's very doable. This one's really easy, few ingredients, but we're gonna add a fun twist to it because it's our halfway point. We got to do something special for today's show. Okay, so we're gonna give it a little Italian twist since it's a popular Italian cookie. Alrighty, here's what you need for today. Let's get started on this one. Okay, for our Anisette biscotti today, we need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a pinch of salt, 4 eggs, 3/4 cups of granulated sugar, a half a cup of vegetable oil, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 3 tablespoons of anisette liqueur. Okay, so first things first today, like we did yesterday, and like we do most of the time with these baking things, here's our 2 cups of flour. We're going to put in our baking powder and our pinch of salt, okay? And we're just going to whisk these together, okay, in this bowl first, and mix that together. Get our dry ingredients ready, okay? Next, with our KitchenAid mixer, we're going to mix our 4 eggs. Use the whip attachment. That's what it says to use anyway. If we have to switch over to the regular beater scraper, we will. I've never done this, so I don't know how thick this batter comes out, okay? So what you're going to do is whip this first. Whip your eggs, okay, so they're nice and fluffy, and then you're going to gradually add your sugar. This is kind of like yesterday, I know. A little bit different, but similar. Little by little, just kind of add your sugar, okay? Alright, and then to that egg sugar mixture, your vegetable oil. I hope you can hear me over the mixer. Trying to talk louder. Your vanilla extract and your anisette. Now, here's an important tip while that's mixing. If you're using extract, anise extract, rather than the actual liquor, which you can do, it's going to be less. You're going to use a teaspoon for every tablespoon. That's how that works. Because the extract is obviously a lot stronger in flavor than the alcohol is. We're using the alcohol today, so I'm using 3 tablespoons. If you're using the extract, use a teaspoon and a half, okay? So it's a half. It's 1 to 2 ratio or a half ratio. I don't know how you think. Don't ask me to do math. It's too early in the morning to do math. It's just a half, whatever it is, however you figure it out. Okay, so we're using 3 tablespoons of real anisette today because we want the booze in it. Always want the booze in it. Okay, this is nice and frothy now, which is perfect, exactly what we want. We're going to slowly start adding our flour, okay? Okay, so our batter is all mixed, and it's very cake battery looking. I thought it might be a little stiffer. I've made biscotti before, not for a while, so I don't remember if it's supposed to be like a stiff batter or a, almost like a cookie batter, or if it's supposed to be like a cake batter. I don't remember. But this one is very cake-like, okay? So you want to make sure that you always scrape your bowl and stir through the bottom just to make sure that there's no big unmixed clumps of flour on the bottom. That does happen. Now, here's the fun part we're going to try today, okay? Here's the fun thing. We're going to make this kind of Italian cookie-ish. Well, it is an Italian cookie, as from what I've read, but we're really going to give it an Italian extra kick today. So what I'm going to do is separate this batter into 3 bowls. Okay, so 3 equal portions of this batter. But what I'm going to do today is do mine in a loaf pan, okay? Just so we get a nice uniform loaf that we're going to slice and then toast. So you'll have these nice square biscotti cookies, which will be really kind of cool. So I took this nice size loaf pan. It's an extra long loaf pan. Generously greased it with the non-stick spray, put a piece of parchment in, and then sprayed it again. So nothing is sticking to this thing. Okay, now here's the fun part. What we're going to do, this one seems to have a little bit more, so I'll save that as my plain one. I'm going to take a little food coloring, a couple drops of red, and a couple drops of green. And we're going to make an Italian flag biscotti cookie. Why not, right? I figured that's something a little fun. Maybe I shouldn't use my whisk for that, because then I'm going to have to rinse it to mix colors. So I'm just going to mix the red in and then mix the green in. I mean, obviously it'll probably bake up pink looking, because I'm sure it'll lose some of its color, but that's okay. We could always add another drop or two if we want. It's the idea that counts, and I think it's still going to look really cool. And everyone's going to get the idea. They're going to see it and go, oh my god, look, it looks like the Italian flag. Okay, alrighty, so now we're going to see. It's still going to be hard to kind of pull this off when it bakes, I'm guessing, because I don't know how. They're not going to blend together. We're just going to do the best we can. I guess if I really wanted to tell, oh, by the way, put your oven 350. I know I'm blabbering here. I guess if you really wanted to make sure the colors don't mesh, maybe refrigerate it in between. Like put one layer, refrigerate it, one layer, refrigerate it. If you wanted to take the time to do that. We're not doing that today. We've never done this before, so we're just going to give it our best try and see what happens. So we're going to start with green on the bottom. Okay. Now I have special. Love trying stuff like this. We love experimenting and trying fun stuff to do. Okay, that's what this show is all about. It's about having fun. I'm just going to kind of tilt this till it spreads out along the bottom. Have some fun, take some chances, you know, try some different stuff. If you get an idea, or if you see something on this show that you think is kind of cool, and maybe it inspires you to go, hey, you know what would be even cooler? If you did this, blah, 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 whatever it is, you know? Try it. What's the worst that could happen? Like I always say, you know what? It's a couple dollars of ingredients. It's not like we're cooking lobster or filet mignon here and it costs you $40 to put this whole thing together. This is all stuff you have in your house already anyway. So if you spend $2 on the stuff that you're going to use for this and it goes to hell, who cares? Alrighty, next one. Put our green down. Now, we're going to be careful though. See, this is what I'm saying. It's going to be careful not to mix it. Just try to pour it on the top. And then the last color, the red on top. Okay, same thing. Try to take your time and as evenly as possible spread this as you're pouring it. Okay. Okay, and there it is. It's going to go into our 350 oven for about 20-25 minutes. Remember, we're baking as always. Keep your eye on it. But remember too that when this comes out, we're going to let it cool down for about 10 minutes. Take it out, slice it. Don't shut your oven off, because after you slice it, you have to put it back in on some cookie sheets and toast it on both sides so they get nice and dried out and crunchy. That's the whole point of a biscotti, is that it's a nice crunchy, dry cookie, because it's great for dunking in your coffee. Alrighty? This one's the Anisette one though, so this is going to be really good. Be back when this comes out. We'll see what we got. Fingers crossed, everybody. Okay, so it just came out of the oven, and now here's our cooling rack. We're just going to lift this right out of there. Look at that, how perfect that comes out. Nice loaf we got there. Okay, and we're just going to leave that to cool for about 10 minutes. Keep your oven on. I got my baking sheets ready with some parchment paper, because what we're going to do as soon as this cools down, about 10 minutes or so, we're going to slice this, and then we're going to lay all the slices out, put it back in the oven, maybe a couple minutes on each side just to toast them up real nice and dry them out, okay? Alright, so I got my cutting board out here. Let's see what we got. We're going to cut this into slices. and put them on our cookie sheets. Okay, always use a serrated knife because you want to saw through this, because if you try to push through it, you're just going to break the whole thing apart. Okay? Okay, so we got them all sliced up on our trays here. Pretty good. There's the red, the white, and the green. Not as dark as we'd like, and not as even as we'd like. Well, our loaf kind of baked. Yeah, as you can show you here. See our slices? They have that little pound cake rounded top. I was hoping they'd be a little more square. Maybe if I took it out to cool it and flipped it over to kind of flatten out that bottom, that might have worked. See, you think of stuff later sometimes. But these are going to go back in the oven now to toast up. The longer you leave them in, obviously, the crispier they're going to get, okay? About 8 minutes, but you want to make sure you toast both sides, so maybe 5 minutes on each side. 5 minutes in, flip them, 5 minutes in, take them out. Alrighty, we'll be back to try one of these. Maybe we have to make some coffee, I'm guessing. Espresso? I can't make espresso here. Maybe just coffee. Be right back. Alrighty, look at that. A whole beautiful plate of Italian Anisette biscotti. Oh my goodness gracious. We're gonna have to try one of these. Okay, okay, this one doesn't really have the, here we go, let's take that one. That one has the nice red, white, and green, well, yellow, but red, white, and green stripe. Let's try this and see. Nice crunchy. Biscotti. Trying to grasp the flavor. It's a very good biscotti because it's not overly sweet. The only thing is, it's Anisette Day, and I'm not getting as much of the Anisette as I would like in this cookie. You kind of taste just a hint of it. So maybe the anise extract would be better because it's a more, gives you more of a kick of that flavor. But that's okay, because we can just take the Anisette and put it in our coffee that we're going to dunk our biscotti in. And there's more of the Anisette flavor that we want for Anisette Day. There's always a twist. There's always some way you can resolve any issue, alright? But I thought it was kind of cool the way it came out with the red, white, and green. And it makes a nice presentation on a plate. Beautiful. Alrighty, everybody. Anisette Day, not biscotti day, but make some biscotti if you want. Or just have some Anisette. Make an espresso, a little Anisette on the side. Shoot it back. Enjoy the day. Alrighty, we'll be back tomorrow for day 3 of our cookie trifecta. See you then.